Hello, everyone. My name is Austin Willis, and thank you for attending the Kind Analytics Strategy presentation. The purpose of this presentation is to promote the adoption of marketing analytics for Kind LLC. So Kind wants to positively leave an impact on the world, but to do so, the company needs to best understand the consumers within it. Analytics will allow the company to target specific metrics and use that data in order to work alongside their consumers to cater to their needs and desires. A/B multivariate and survey testing can effectively be implemented using tools like Medallia and Hotjar in order to drive success, while action dashboards suggest that enhanced engagement through email campaigns will be able to increase click-through rates and increase the return on investment in the long run. Testing and analytics demonstrate how Kind is able to leverage their marketing efforts, and the reporting ecosystem provides information into how stakeholders are impacted by analytics on a daily basis and the process of turning this information into actionable steps. So let's take a look at the current Kind's business model. So they currently use analytics to disprove the statement that what is good for the bottom line is not good for the environment. Kind believes that they can have a product line without compromises, so they utilize analytics in order to research how to develop these products that are good for the environment and good for the human body. They use data in order to understand what ingredients are favored by consumers to create popular products for them to buy. And then they ask the right questions so they understand what is happening within the industry and how they can keep a competitive edge within this market as well. So what the current data is saying is last year in 2019, Kind increased sales by 2.7 times the amount as 2018 sales on Prime Day, and cereal and granola bars lead the healthy snack industry, and this is expected to continue until 2025. So data analytics is needed in order to understand the preferences within target audiences, since those preferences constantly change. Moving forward, we did create an analytics framework for Kind. So some of the business objectives of the brand is to sell products, build brand loyalty, and develop effective marketing. These goals include anywhere from increasing the sales of their new energy bars and clusters, create a strategic plan that outlines the benefits of Kind Company and increase the number of returning customers, and also improve SEO. The KPIs we can look at include the number of items in a cart, customer retention rate, and positive reviews, as well as conversion rate, reach, organic search, and new customers. Some targets we thought would be beneficial for Kind is to increase items in a cart for per transaction. That's going to be 4 or more. Increase positive review rates by at least 10%, and approximately 15% of new customers will make another purchase, as well as have a reach of 80% by the end of the year. So this is just a framework of what research can help us achieve as a brand. Some quantitative testing ideas. So testing for quantitative data helps draw conclusions with metric-based answers. Benefits include participants are randomized to include diversity, it's cost-effective and quick to implement. The obstacles are limitations on elaboration. It does require more traffic, and testing must be planned carefully to ensure that the correct metrics are being looked at. Some methods include A/B testing that compares 2 versions of a web page or ad to determine the effectiveness of each. Multivariate testing, which is similar to A and B, but tests multiple components to create several different combinations to evaluate simultaneously, and surveys that are questions asked to representative sample of a population in order to quantify a specific experience. One great tool for quantitative data includes Medallia. So Medallia works on reducing churn. It turns skeptics into repeated buyers. It creates upsell opportunities and provide clear ROI information. This tool is known to be an award-winning SaaS program that specializes in experience management. And the type of data they offer is metric-based. The numbers and graphs depict test results on the chosen metrics that are easy to read between multiple departments of an organization, and it quantifies demographics and experiences for you. Moving forward, some qualitative testing ideas we have for Kind. Qualitative research delves into the specifics regarding the user's experience of a product or service. So some of the benefits include explores topics in detail, and this research method is fluid. So if the studies are not producing any valuable insights, they can easily change a component in order to get valuable data that they can then use later on. The obstacles, however, are data can be subjective between the researchers, so it should be filtered through a few of them, expensive and time consuming, and replicating results can be difficult when you need to prove your findings. Some methods for this qualitative testing ideas include usability testing, where developers are able to understand how consumers respond to a web platform and whether or not this platform is easy to navigate, as well as focus groups, which are small group discussions of people having a conversation with a moderator, letting them know their feelings and opinions about a product or service. This is great insight for we learn what consumers gravitate towards and what they dislike before we roll out a service and or product. One great tool for qualitative research includes Hotjar. Hotjar focuses on improving the user experience and growing conversions to make sure we get that increased revenue. It's a service that allows companies to better understand the ways in which consumers interact with their websites. And the type of data you can expect include reports that include individual consumer feedback, which can be very valuable. Conversion reports that track when consumers are in the funnel of conversion or where they are, and data regarding how long the consumer spends on a given page, so we know what copy is maintaining that customer attention. On the right, you can see an example of a usability test we compiled for Kind, just so you have an idea of what these tests may comprise of. Some dashboards we want to talk about in two different metrics: online traffic sources. Analyzing where digital traffic is coming from as a metric is useful, for it tells the brand what search method is most effective. The insights determine where to allocate money within the marketing budget to utilize funds efficiently. And online traffic will also tell Kind how strong the brand awareness for the company actually is. Another important metric would be email campaign engagement through click-through rates. So tracking engagement through click-through rates can determine the effectiveness of your copy. Understanding if the content being sent out is appealing will indicate if the brand is producing copy that understands or relates to their target audiences, and whether or not this copy is placed appropriately. And tracking the number of people who clicked the call to action or engaged with the email provides insight on the effectiveness of the email layout, the time it was sent out, as well as the formatting. Here are a couple examples of the action dashboards we wanted to include on both metrics. You can see in the top left is the graph that immediately tells you the data, some of the key trends on how organic search was the top search for traffic, potential points of interest that are important to the bottom line of the company, as well as the action steps we can take in order to make sure we utilize data efficiently to get a great return on investment. Moving forward, this is what our reporting ecosystem looks like. You can see the key stakeholders are listed right there at the top to show us which departments should be receiving this data and when they should be receiving these insights in order to continually improve our business operations, as well as the action steps that might include consumer insight team working alongside the marketing teams to implement target audience research, and how the e-commerce team can work on partnering with different deals with other brands in order to bring their marketing efforts into fruition. And then moving forward, here are some steps we recommend in order to create a culture of metrics within the business. So choose metrics carefully and know what KPIs to measure. Integrate the data analytics department throughout other lines of business, so they are involved with other departments, and use analytics and metrics to benefit employees, not just consumers. Let your employees know how metrics can help them do their jobs efficiently, and ensure that all parties in the company have easy access to this data so they feel more comfortable with the data and they can use it to guide their daily decisions. And lastly, implement training to ensure everyone is comfortable with the data. By making sure that all parties are able to use and read data effectively, they are more likely to welcome that data into their own guidance. So with these steps, it is important to always be aware of how metrics play a role in all departments of an industry. I do thank you all for your time and for listening to my presentation, and I look forward to any questions you may have. Thank you so much.